I haven't been home in so long. I took the wrong turn. I can't tell if you can hear me because okay, you hear me, okay.
You're outside the house.
I know. The hermit finally leaves her.
You're very breaky uppy. What?
Oh, it's because, hold on.
Like every third syllable. No clue. I heard hold on, though, so okay. I will. Hi, everybody.
It's because I was leaving my Wi-Fi.
Oh, I see.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you great now. Look at your beautiful mask. Is that a Zero Waste Daniel?
It's a Zero Waste Daniel, baby.
You love him.
I do.
His stuff is very cool. When we got to meet him when he came to the show, and he was so nice.
He is so nice. They are so nice.
Where are you going? Oh, they were so nice.
People say glitchy Jinkx. I'm sorry, I'm glitchy. Hopefully it's better now.
You're better now.
Okay. I'm going to the drugstore.
Wow.
Because I'm out
to do drugs?
Yeah, to do drugs. I'm going to the drugstore because I'm out of staples. I'm out of some things that I need day to day to be a functioning human.
Oh, not like actual staples that you would...
Yeah, I just need to staple a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. That seems more like my speed.
I'm out of my hair products, which is why my hair's just doing whatever today.
I need a haircut so badly, but I'm trying to figure out whether I have to wait for this residual COVID cough to go away. But I've been reading the internet, and it seems like maybe this cough is just for the long haul.
Yeah, I haven't had any symptoms for days now, but I still feel nauseous. Like weird nauseous. Like I can still eat, but I don't have the appetite of a ravenous boar like I used to.
I have been eating everything on earth, and it's 3:13 p.m. and I'm making my second hot toddy of the day because I'm just like, what the fuck? What is it? And it's New Year's Day, and tomorrow, New Year, new me.
And tomorrow, New Year.
I'm going to the gym tomorrow.
Gus says he's going to the gym tomorrow. But really I have tomorrow is the day that I'm going to stop just watching movies all day and drinking hot toddies and eating an eggnog and eating garbage. But I don't know what I'm going to do instead, honestly.
Are you using our last stream as the benchmark for starting to be alive again?
Yeah, it's like I'm using the last live stream of our show to let go of the pain of our show being canceled and the joy of being back on the live stage and to get back to, or just move on to whatever's the next thing, which I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I know what my next gigs lined up are and stuff, but who knows whether they'll happen. But
who knows?
But it's also kind of I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna get started on tomorrow. I just know that it's not gonna be looking at my phone or the television or drinking at 2 p.m.
Yeah. I got up today.
Hi, Mrs. Kasha Davis. Mrs. Kasha Davis is here.
Hi, Mrs. K. I got up fairly early today. Ate my favorite breakfast sandwich.
What's your favorite breakfast sandwich?
The Impossible breakfast sandwich from Starbucks with no egg. Drenched in sriracha. I ate that, and then I went back to my bedroom and took a nap.
I don't think I've eaten anything today. I think I had coffee and hot toddies. I think that's my favorite breakfast.
Yeah. It's hard, though, because when I sit on my bed and my cat comes over and cuddles up next to me, all I want to do is go to sleep.
Yeah, and it's a little bit like, why not is part of it, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's no, I have to say, one of the best things about being back on tour and just like building a new show is that like that's how, like that's what I always did before the pandemic. It was like what I was always doing, and it's what gives my life structure and meaning. And
Yeah.
so when there isn't, like, it was, and I figured out how to create structure and meaning within the pandemic, but getting back to doing what we do now, I feel like I've lost my footing again about how to do
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
I just want to be back. I just want to be performing.
I want to be performing. I want to be on tour. I want my schedule to be decided by somebody else for 2 to 3 months. And then I feel fully justified in going back into my doing nothing routine.
Well, that's the other thing is I always take a chunk of January off because the tour is so intense, and then I want those 2 weeks just to collapse. But now I've had 2 weeks to collapse. I'm ready to do something.
I know, but to be fair, the tour was still very intense, even if we didn't finish the last 2 weeks.
No, it definitely was.
We just
but we have had 2 weeks now.
I know, but 10 days of those 2 weeks was spent being sick with COVID, and I certainly didn't do any of my, like, I mean, I did self-care as far as just like not doing anything and resting as much as possible, but I wasn't home for my quarantine, so I didn't get to do my
No, that's true. And actually, now that I think about it, like, Gus and I were basically working like 23 hours a day on arranging the live stream. Yeah.
Which, by the way, the link is pinned right there. It is the final screening of our stream today.
Yeah, this is everybody's very last chance to see it. It's
the
like we only added these New Year's things because people were really demanding them, but this is it. It's over now. So people better see it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that are new in the show that I haven't wanted to like give away, so I haven't been like posting pics or anything. I posted a bunch of pics today, but because I want them to be surprises, but now I'm like, but I need people to see them now. We have all sorts of new, we have a brand new character named Peppy the Peppermint. We have a brand new character named Sock the Cum Sock. And you have to meet them both. We have all sorts of fabulous numbers. Jinkx has an amazing Boney M number about the evils of Santa Claus and his horrible
the capitalist work regime of
all of his unethical work practices. DeLa
has a country line dance song about being a wasp.
Yes.
And it's beautifully performed by DeLa and 4 of our 6 backup dancers. The choreography on that is, I've never gotten to see it in full cost until the stream. I never got to see it in full costume as an audience member. I've always been off in the wings seeing it horizontally.
It was such a weird.
I was laying down, but
it was such a weird number because I was like, I really didn't know how it would play until we actually performed it, and I was so happy that people loved it.
People liked it in the UK, even though they had far less context. But when we did it in Boston,
people went
number
nuts.
Yeah, people's heads exploded. People spontaneously combusted.
They did.
Oh my gosh, look at this. A place that sells VHSs.
Ooh. What's that? I see the Wedding Singer. What else is there?
We got Return of the Jedi, Night of the Living Dead. That's a DVD, but it's Christmas in South Park, Forrest Gump, Dazed and Confused, Big Fish, Charlotte's Web.
Wow.
Weapon 2.
Wow. Did you watch any of Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper last night doing the ball drop thing?
No, I did not watch. I did not watch 2 gray-haired gay guys drop their ball.
It was incredible. Andy Cohen they were both so drunk, and it was just the best. They started doing shots at 8 p.m. And by the time it was midnight, they were so drunk, and they were like, it was but it was so endearing and like lovable. Like it definitely felt like you were just like hanging out with your friends who were just like ringing out a terrible year. But Andy Cohen went on some like amazing political rants, and you should definitely YouTube it. It was.
I wish it was adorable and endearing when drag queens got that wasted.
Sometimes it is. It used to be adorable and endearing when we hosted your season of Drag Race. People loved us drinking 25 martinis on stage and talking about Drag Race.
It's just, I find that there's this funny dichotomy within the Drag Race fan base where they're like, get wasted, get drunk, do shots. We want to see you get drunk. And then the second you're drunk, everyone's like, ooh, she's wasted. She's a mess.
Oh, totally. Well, that's like generally how we treat our feminine cultural icons.
That's very true. I hadn't thought about the misogyny of it all.
Yeah, we love to tell women and femme presenting people that we like love their behavior until we arbitrarily decide they've crossed a line, and then we like to take them down.
Fuck. Shit. I hate everyone. I'll tell you.
Except the people buying tickets to our live stream right
now,
I
love them.
Fly.live/Jinkx and DeLa, and it's your last chance to see it. Starts in 39 minutes.
And I have to tell you, while the household was watching the show last night, I was doing my scene with Sock the Cum Sock. And as it was wrapping up, I said that one line, that one pivotal line in that scene. You know, you and I have our equivalent moments of realization. And then Kenny just shouts, "Oh, Jinkx is a cum sock."
They're never wrong. Kenny's never wrong. How did your housemates enjoy it? That was their first time seeing it.
They all loved it. Gray, who usually doesn't have many notes on my performances, said that they really loved the show. They really loved the motifs we worked and the premise. And I told everyone ahead of time, I'm like, this is our most ambitious show. Our most ambitious.
We know what you mean.
In terms of content and storyline, but I also think it's the best live show that we've written. And someone made a joke like, "Oh, it's better than the movie," and I was like, "The movie's a movie, and this is a live show, and they're two different things, and they're apples and oranges." But I do believe this show that is about to stream in 37 minutes is our best live show we've written together.
I agree. I think it's the best live show we've written. I think I'm so proud of the film, and I'm so proud of this show. I mean, I've been proud of every show we've created, but this one I do think is like especially, I think it's especially good for many reasons, but I think one of them is that we have all, as a world, been through a pretty intense collective trauma. And I think you and I really didn't shy away from just diving straight into that, both in a comedic way and in a way that like we really wanted to be honest about how we're feeling. And I think what is a universal need for connectivity around those feelings that people don't always know how to express or feel able to express.
Yeah. I mean, it was very ambitious for us to be as honest as we were as drag performers, whereas drag is art based on artifice.
Yeah.
We really went for it as far as telling the world our true experiences as human beings.
Well, you know, you know that I have like said for a long time that what I love about like what you can do with drag and camp is truth through artifice. And I truly believe
artifice.
And you know this from working with me, I truly believe that artifice, exaggeration, like allegory are, to me, the best ways to access something true, because it lets people, like if you make people laugh for an hour and 50 minutes, then in that last 10 minutes, they're so drawn in and they're so on your side and they're so open through the power of laughter and comedy that you can really lead them down some like more serious paths.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. It's like Kira always said to me, 50 minutes of comedy for 10 minutes of tragedy.
Yep.
And I think that I've always loved comedy as my form of storytelling because I feel like people are more open to listen to either complex theories or confronting theories when you do it in a way that's like, hey, let's all laugh about this thing we're learning together.
Yeah, I agree.
Yet again, someone said, Jinkx is a bit weed cuckoo, but you're both great. I haven't had any weed today.
Jinkx is sober. I'm drunk, you guys. You're what you believe to be true is
It's because I couldn't say ambitious. That's what happens on live. You slip up on one word and they're like, oh,
people think I'm a big stoner, and I'm not sure if it's just because I'm like in proximity to you a lot of the time or like what it is. But
well, I take no offense.
I'm a drinker, not a stoner.
Thinking I'm a stoner. What's funny is I was a bigger stoner when I was a drunk. And now that I don't drink, now that I'm 2.5 years sober, y'all, from booze, my tolerance for weed has gone wacky. And so now I barely smoke weed. But I'm such an advocate for weed and its health benefits and its mental health benefits that I don't care if people think I'm stoned. All I care about is when people act all judgmental about it. It's like, listen, baby, I ain't getting stoned and trying to perform open heart surgery. Let's all have a good time. It's New Year's Day. Hey, baby, hey.
Listen, honey.
Listen, honey. Keep your hannies close and your enemies closer. Oh, I heard Gus chuckle in the back. Was that a chuckle or a chortle?
It was I think it was a guffaw.
My mom was guffawing.
This guy with his guffaw.
Oh no, he just said his ma was guffawing. You two
words
love to make fun of my use of the word ma. I love the word ma.
You use the word ma more than I've ever used, more than I've ever heard a person use the word ma ever.
Yeah, I love the word ma. There's a few key words.
We're talking M-A-W, y'all. Ma, as in a gaping ma.
Yeah, this is my gaping ma. But there's a few words that I just use over and over and over again. But I think that's okay. I think it's okay to have signature words that you love.
Trying to think what signature words I love.
Some words I love because their meaning is very unique, and I'm not sitting on her. I'm showing her to the world. Some words I like because their meaning is very unique, and other words I like just because they're like pleasurable in terms of their mouth feel.
Their mouth feel. This word is very toothsome.
Yeah, it's
an al dente word.
This word has like notes of oak. Yeah.
Notes of cherry and licorice, albeit also poison. Or what does Dumbledore say?
When do I have to take my tree down? How long can I leave my tree up?
Oh, I don't know. My mom used to leave our tree up until it was brown, and then we'd get rid of it because it was a fire hazard.
But didn't you also say that somebody in your family used to pack up Christmas while Christmas was happening?
That's Varla Jean Merman.
Oh,
that's on my podcast interview with Varla Jean Merman. She talks about how her mother started packing up the Christmas decorations once they started opening presents.
I can't wait to listen to that podcast. I can't wait to listen to her.
Do you know what's crazy is I have her on the podcast for an hour, and we totally forgot to talk about the holiday movie. And it was like on my list of notes about talking about her experience voice acting Nanog, but we got into such a deep conversation about gender fluidity that we just kind of spaced talking about her playing Nanog in the movie.
Something that I love about your podcast is that it is just like more meanderingly conversational than most podcasts. Like there is like, I know you always go in with a structure. Like when I was on your podcast, you had like a lot of like points that you wanted to like touch on and get through. But I feel like you're very good at this sort of natural conversation that leads to places that nobody would have planned. And I think it's something that's like really wonderful about your podcast, but also makes me laugh very hard because, of course, that's what your podcast is like.
Well,
like,
yeah,
how else would your podcast go?
I have this intense outline for every guest. You know, I have all these things, like, it's even, like, broken up into sections. Like, for the first section, we'll talk about this. And then here, I'll tell you the true formula. It's like the outline is there as a safety net, but the true formula for my podcast is I only interview people that I'm like, that I have an admiration for, and people that I'm like really enamored by. And what happens is we start out talking about why this person is a person of note, and then that normally just leads to a conversation about something not having to do with our careers at all. And it's typically about, you know, queer rights or gender studies, the Jinkx Monsoon angry gender studies class.
Yeah, we went deep on a lot of stuff when I did your podcast.
We went deep.
We went deep. Yeah. Jinkx, it's only 29 minutes until our final live stream rebroadcast.
29 is my favorite number. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Why is 29 your favorite number?
Because the first drag award, well, the first thing, okay, so I was in the Rosebud and Thorn pageant, which is the longest running under 21 drag pageant in the U.S. So I'm told. I could be wrong. I'm sure someone in New Orleans is watching and they're like, no, it isn't, Jinkx, you asshole. But anyway, I was the 29th winner of the Rosebud of Portland title, which was a youth pageant. And it was like...
It's inappropriate.
Well, no, we're the city of roses. It has nothing to do with our butthole.
Until you participated.
I was... How old was I? I think I was 16 when I won. I went to the pageant when I was 15. I saw the Rosebud 28 pageant, and that was the night I decided I was going to start doing drag, and because I wanted to run in the pageant the following year, and then I won. That's my drag origin story.
Wow.
One of my many drag origin stories.
Yeah, you originated a lot.
Well, I originated first at the queer prom, and then again at that pageant, and then again in Seattle as an adult.
I guess I have a lot of origin stories as well. Whenever people ask me how I started drag, I'm like, I don't even know what that question means. My other
drag origin story is that I stole my mom's Susie and the Banshee wig and just got into drag one night when I was like 11 years old. I just waited till everyone was asleep and got into drag in my bedroom just to look at myself in drag.
You don't even like Susie and the Banshees.
I like Susie and the Banshees.
No, you don't, because you and Peaches get into fights about this because they're her favorite.
That doesn't mean I don't like them. We get into fights about it because I always ask, who sings this song? And it's always Susie and the Banshees. The thing is, I have an aversion to the music that my mom played constantly when I was a kid. But one of my favorite songs of all time is Peekaboo by Susie and the Banshees. Peekaboo.
You literally always say that you hate all music from the 80s. You say it constantly.
But that always comes with the caveat of, I hate all music from the 80s except for punk music. I love 80s punk music. I hate 80s synth music.
I don't think Susie and the Banshees counts as punk.
I think it counts enough as punk.
Anyway, you know where there isn't Susie and the Banshees parodies? And among all the other parodies that are in our brilliant new show, that if you haven't seen it, this is your last chance to see it, is in 26 minutes because it's the final.
Because it was a live show.
Because it was a live show, and this is the last time that we're doing a rebroadcast of a really well done live stream. They the filming of it is amazing, and they edited the whole thing in real time. Like they had a director there who's calling cameras like on the singles and the wide shots and everything else. They did such a good job. But when we were going to rebroadcast, I went in and I was like, okay, there's certain things that I really want to re-edit because I want to be able to, it was mostly, it was mostly because they were so focused on us that in the numbers, I wanted to be able to see the dancers more, you know? And they were great about it, and they did a really good job. And I'm so, so pleased with the final edit of what we're airing today.
It's very good. It's very good.
A lot of people have said they really feel like it captures the experience of being at a live event in a way that most of those don't. And I agree.
Yeah, even the way it stays with us on our long, long pauses while we milk out a bit.
Oh, that was another thing that I actually I had them re-edit so that we could see both of our responses in those long, long bits, because there was one where it's like, you're really going to town facially, and it was just lingering on me the whole time, like basically frozen.
While I'm in the background going to town facially.
Yeah. So anyway, I had them re-edit that so we could see all of your milking.
I'm gonna interrupt that pitch to say,
sure.
This is what I love about Portland. Look at this beautiful old house. Portland
it's beautiful.
I hope you can't see the numbers. I'm not trying to put anyone on blast, but
oh my god, what if everybody just what if all your Portland fans just rush to that street corner right now and devour you like a zombie apocalypse?
Portland is amazing because, you know,
nobody likes you.
It's on the West Coast, obviously. So it wouldn't make sense for it to have so much older architecture, but there's tons of Victorian houses and those big farm style houses just inappropriately plopped down in Portland. And I love a Victorian house. Oh, also someone asked what they should name their pet crawfish. And I want to tell them you should name it Joan Crawfish.
Bob the Drag Queen is here trolling us.
Bob!
Hi, Bob.
Trolling us.
Hi, Bob.
Dox them.
I don't know what that means.
Is that internet lingo? Information online so people can come find you.
Oh, Gus knows. Did you hear all that?
Oh my gosh. Well, I ain't gonna do that. I need to be able to shop at the drugstore in peace. Dox them. Of course Bob is up to date on all the... Bob is very hip.
Yeah, Bob isn't chuggy.
You'd think she'd be out of touch. Because, you know, drag queens live very insular lives. But Bob is very in touch.
Bob is very in touch.
Here. I don't know anything. Oh my gosh. I need to whiten my teeth, DeLa. Why didn't you say anything while we were on tour?
I don't know. I thought that was the look.
That's the witchy look. I think it's just, oh my God, I'm really embarrassed now.
For somebody who's self-conscious about the teeth, you are seriously showing them off.
Well, it's also my mirror right now. I keep stock of how white my teeth look, and I whiten them when they need it, but something slipped. I've been so focused on my eyeliner for the last 2 months that I forgot to check out my teeth. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Let's change the topic.
You know what? Some queens are look queens. Some queens are talent queens. Some queens are both. Some queens are both. Case in point.
Drinking tea, babe. Oh, well, we were drinking copious amounts of throat coat. I guess throat coat could possibly stain our teeth, seeing as we always...
Oh my God, how long are we going to talk about your tooth color? Listen, Bob is concerned about why your teeth got to be white.
Oh my God.
And I think that's a really good point. Jinkx, I need you to apologize to Bob and everyone else who is looking to you as an example of sensitivity around what our expectations are around tooth color.
I apologize. Because if you want your teeth to be sensitive, whiten them. No, that wasn't the point. You know how your teeth...
No, that was... I saw the connection and I thought it was great. I think you were onto something with that. We'll work on it and we'll work it into the show next year. I have already had a few ideas for next year's show, but I keep forgetting to write them down, so I don't know what any of them were.
We have some... Let me in for a second, Jinkx. How can I add another person?
I don't think you can add a third person, and if Bob is trying to bump me, then
She declined. I tried and she declined.
All right. Well, if Bob is trying to bump me, then I'm going to cancel Bob.
What a great day we're having. Happy New Year. I tried to let Bob in. Let's see. I think it can be all three.
Oh my God, Bob is here. I didn't know this was a thing.
Jinkx's teeth are white supremacists.
Yeah.
I'll have them all pulled. I'm going to have them all pulled starting now.
That's Jinkx's favorite gag.
It's one of my
Jinkx, I can't believe you doxed those people.
I can't believe you knew that term. I don't know any terms.
I just know chuggy, and I say it a lot, which I think makes me cute.
Bob, have you been able to stream our show?
Which one?
The one that we're on live promoting right now.
Your holiday special?
Yeah, it's because
Not
our
the special,
the last
not the
2 weeks of our
movie.
show got canceled because COVID.
Yeah.
So we're doing live streams, and today in 19 minutes is the final live stream.
Yeah.
I watched your special like as soon as it came out, like literally and I quoted you both.
Bob, that's the
So a
special.
year ago. So the last time you supported
this
us
is
was
the
a year ago.
stream of this year's live show.
Oh, the stream of the live show. Okay, I didn't know there was a stream of the live show. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're here educating the public.
Okay, so
Bob,
tell me where to watch it.
I also have to point out, okay, where you can watch it, it's fly.live/Jinkx and DeLa. It's right there. It's pinned. I'm going to text you right after this live, and I'll give you all the information if you want to watch it. If you and your many partners want to gather around.
Yeah, you and your brothel.
You and your brothel want to gather around and watch the stream of this year's live show.
Is this the movie?
Oh
No,
God,
it's a
you're
brand
doing
new
that 'cause
show.
Kenny told you to. Stop it.
No, Kenny did tell me to ask you that.
Also, I have to point out that like DeLa and I were holding onto a consistent like 300 people watching. Bob joined, and we jumped up to 1,500 viewers watching this live. So thank you.
Well, we have been doing live a lot, you and I.
I came to Discovery today.
Yeah, tell us.
You know, chicken tenders have never been about the chicken.
They're just about the tender?
It's about the sauce.
Mm.
Yeah, it's all.
It
about
has
sauce.
never been about the nugget. It has never been about the tender. It's always been about what you're dipping your tenders in.
I disagree because French fries, you can dip French fries in all the same things you can dip a chicky tendy in, but a chicky tendy is still the superior vehicle.
But I feel like people eat French fries without dipping them. What serial killer is eating chicken tenders without anything on them? What?
Gus
You
says
know-
he doesn't like stuff on his.
It is a known fact that Jeffrey Dahmer didn't dip his chicken tenders.
You know what? He watches a lot of murder shows, and I have asked him in the past if he's planning to murder me because he is pretty into understanding the ins and outs of committing murder, and he enjoys a dry, tasteless chicken tender.
This
Can I
evidence
ask-
is damning.
What's your favorite sauce for chicken tenders? If we're gonna get on this soapbox.
Normally, it's ranch, but today is Dave's hot chicken sauce. I order from there, and I get extra sauce. And in honor of Jinkx doxing her neighbors, I would now like to share Sharon Needle's home address. It is 666. No, I'm kidding.
Mockingbird Lane.
I just have to say, the one time I got to go over and visit Bob at her house and see her lovely palatial LA condo, she was eating Dave's hot chicken, and now she's eating it again. So as far as I know, the only thing that Bob eats is Dave's hot chicken.
Well, I have furniture now. I have a couch. It's a little messy. My home is messy now. I have couches, which are nice, and my closet is mostly set up now too. So I really come a long way since you last saw me.
Yeah, I want to, where's the hairpiece? Is it handy?
What hairpiece? The infamous one?
The infamous one, because I was looking at your posts and it was like one post you were bald and the next post you weren't, and I thought,
Oh, that hairpiece. Yeah, it's
thought,
right here.
You know, I'm just sitting here quietly in my LA apartment waiting for an invitation to see this.
Oh, that's right. You're in LA now.
I'm in LA now. Oh, wow.
When I saw Bob post like a fashion shot, like a red carpet shot with that piece on, I was like, I think there's stuff I don't know about how quickly Bob can grow her hair, because I fully fell for it. I thought, is this just my ignorance to black hair, that like I didn't know it could grow like that much?
That it was
regrettable
and it could just shoot out and then get sucked back in.
It was a fully toupee. Ben, I would love to have you over. I love having people over. We can watch a movie. I've been playing board game. Last night I spent New Year's with Monet and her partner. We played board games, or not like something like card games, whatever.
Board game. I'm very good at watching movies.
She's very good at it.
Do you play video games?
We have a Nintendo. We play Super Mario Brothers. We play
like a Switch, or like the actual Super Nintendo.
An NES.
It's like one of those.
That's all I do. I don't know any contemporary video games. As soon as they turn 3D, it's like too much for me.
You can take the girl out of Seattle, but you can't take the Seattle out of the girl.
But I love a board game. Let's play a board game. Let's play 25 board games.
I would love that. I don't want to hijinks this. Hijack. Sorry, that was a real simple tongue.
It
was a good plug.
We have to go in about 3 minutes anyway, because we need to give people at least 10 minutes to get over to the live and watch it. Bob, if you want to watch it, if you got 2 hours on your hands right now, we'll send you the info and you can watch us perform it live.
Send me the info, please.
I will. And
we're very proud
so
of
much
it, Bob.
for joining us. We didn't even know you could do 3 people at once.
I mean, I could
do 3 people at once, but not on Instagram.
And now you're a slightly less cutie because of this experience.
And now I know what dox means. What's the origin
of doxing? I don't know, but it's not a new term. Doxing is like a solid 10 years old.
Originated during Prohibition.
Yeah, it's not hip or new.
I'm fully just hanging out in this Walgreens parking lot talking.
Oh my God. And then he just doxed the people at Walgreens. Oh my God, you're out of control.
They don't know what Walgreens this is. Every city has a Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
That is true. That's actually true. I wonder how many streets he walked down.
There's 2 different Walgreens on this street, and I could be at either one. You don't know.
Oh my God. Drag Race fans are about to World War Z you right now.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying. The last thing I'll say before I go, when we were in Australia, Kim and Naomi used to do this thing where they would, because in Australia, you can actually go all the way to the gate. You don't need a plane ticket. You can go straight to the gate without a plane ticket. So when we were in Australia, Kim and Naomi would be like, all right, leaving Sydney, headed to Adelaide, see you all at the club tonight. But then we'd fly for like 2 or 3 hours. And then when we land, everyone in Adelaide has time to go to the airport and meet us at the gate. And then they would get there and people would be like, Naomi, Kim, Bob. And they'd be like, how did they find us? And I was like, you told everyone exactly where we would be and when we'll be there. Did you see Layla McQueen imitating her laugh, Jinkx?
Layla McQueen, yes, I did. She was very good at it.
Yeah. Ben, I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon, Ben, which is so exciting.
Yeah, and y'all hang out with each other, and then I'll live you 2 while you're doing it. So it'll be like I'm there. But people have 11 minutes to go watch our stream. Bob, I'm going to send you the information so you can watch it. I think you will really like it.
I think you'll really like it too.
If it's honestly, the last one was really good. It was so good. I called both of you after I watched it. When I saw the one with Lulu, it was so good. I was like, you two should know this was truly truly phenomenal. And I know that you two really do really high quality content, and it's very impressive. You should be very proud. You all be well. To quote
Happy New
Gia
Year,
Gunn,
Bob.
dox this pussy, sweetie. All right, bye.
Bye, Bob.
Bye, Bob.
That
Oh
was,
my God.
what a treat.
That was a treat. That was a real treat. All right, so we got to go because it's time for the show. It's the day of the show, y'all. The very, very closing night. It's closing night, Jinkx.
I know. DeLa, I know we got cut short. I know we drove ourselves crazy writing this opus, but I love you so much. I love you like a sister. You're like family to me, DeLa.
I love you
and,
too.
We just have to take all of this energy and hold on to it for next year and really blow the socks off of the whole wide world next year.
Yeah, blow them.
I think we can do it. We're going to blow those socks off. Sorry, I got a one-track mind.
Oh my gosh. Jinkx, I love you. Happy New Year.
I love you too. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Gus.
He's in the other room, but I'll tell him you said so.
Okay.
Tell Walgreens I said Happy New Year.
And I hope everyone enjoys watching the final stream of the 2021 live performance of the Jinkx and DeLa holiday show. It's
yes,
not
go to
movie,
fly.live/Jinkx and DeLa now. Get your passes, get settled, and enjoy the show.
We love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.